Aloha. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Yes, it is. Let's give the dogs a little treat right now. And I know we've got a bunch of people in chat who've been popping in saying hi. First, before we even get any further, I really want to say thank you to those of you who have been checking in with me just to make sure everything's okay out in Hawaii. We are going to talk about the fires. We're going to talk first about a couple true crime things, but as soon as that is over, we're going to talk about the fires and exactly what is happening in Hawaii right now. I myself am okay. I'm on a different island. We have had a fire here in Hawaii. I think I heard it was 100 acres in Waipio. But right now we are good. But before we get into all that, okay, while we've got people coming in with their notifications and all that, let's go ahead. Oh my gosh. Yes, I did not get makeup on, so you can see rosacea in full view. Yes. And let's bring up everyone's favorite Sleuth Mom. Hey, Sleuth. How you, girl?
I'm doing really good. How are you, Lokamai?
I'm good. It's been a busy day. I just got back from the airport and I think I did get that picture done. They've literally got, with all the fires, news stations hanging out at the airport interviewing people who are coming in from Hilo, Lahaina, any of the different. I was at the Hawaiian Airlines terminal, and this is nuts. This is really, it's so many memories. The town of Lahaina is gone. A place I used to go during high school years with my friends on a weekend or something, whenever like spring break or whatever. It's gone. And it happened. I'm scared that we've got a lot more people who did not make it. Let's just put it that way. So, but I'm doing good. Mom got home, and also I'm doing very good other than that. How are you doing, my dear?
Oh, I'm doing good. A lot better than you guys are for sure.
And,
Just been relaxing, chilling out in my PJs today.
oh,
And
yes.
I had a job interview, got that. That was nice. Um,
Nice. So
yeah,
you
so
got the
we'll be
job or
I got the
you
job. Yeah, I can't they don't have the
oh,
program for me starting until September though.
okay.
So that kind of sucks. Still looking for something to do until then on like as a side gig type thing.
Right,
So
right, exactly. Oh my God, that's so cool though. That's so cool. Yeah, and September will come before you know it. We're
it
already
will. Yeah.
August. Yeah, exactly. I'm so proud. I'm so happy for you too. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So, and well, who do we have in chat? Let's see. What, Cassie? Are you trying to get me to give you treats? Let's see. Here she goes was one of the first ones in here, and yeah, I woke up to literally about four different messages from people asking how I was. And I know, Sleuth, you were saying that during the live, okay, people were when I didn't even know it had gotten as bad as it had gotten because it all happened overnight. It's yeah, just nuts. So, but hello, 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 our dear, here she goes. And Laurel. Hey, Laurel. How you doing, my dear? And Jet's mom, who, by the way, we are going to have Jet's mom's going to come up and join us a little bit. Okay, once we finish all the true crime stuff, she's going to come up here as another one of our local. She used to be local here, so now lives somewhere else, but she knows the area and can kind of help explain a little bit about what's going on. And also, who else do we have? We have a lurker. There she is. Here she goes. Is a little up. Nope. Here she goes. Is here, but the lurker is there. Hello in the bushes. How you doing, my dear?
Shocking. In the bushes is
In the
hiding.
bushes.
In
It's
the
like,
bushes.
ooh, I see you. And also, lurking in the bushes. Oh yeah, peeping through in the bushes. There you go. Carrie G. Oh my gosh. Again, on time. We got people on time. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thanks, Laurel. Thank you so much. There's some people that I do know who have lost their home. And there's some people who are still missing. We're still trying to find out where people are at this point. So, Seal, love you, my dear. Just popping on in. Yes, Carrie G on time again. Yeah, we'll go through Laurel definitely. I'll kind of go through a little more on that, what I've heard. My brother and I've been kind of canvassing all our friends, co-workers, things like that, just trying to find out because it's not just one island. We have two islands that are being affected by this. Yes, Maui has got hit really bad. I mean, just location wise. But it's not good. It's not good at all. So but in the meantime, let's bring up, as we know, there's a lot of people out missing right now. We've been covering a lot of different people. I've got some that for example, a friend of ours, actually Robbie's husband, has been sharing with me, that I'm going to be covering her in the next day or two. I'm pulling information right now, but Sleuth actually had someone we wanted to bring up real quickly because you know what? If we can get this out to as many people as possible, it makes such a difference. So, Sleuth, let's see here. Let me pull up the right page here. So, this person here, did you want to tell us anything special about her? Or did you just want to go through the article?
S So this is Christine. Christine Parker, she has been missing since, August 6th, so it's been 3 days now. She was at the Battle Mountain in Nevada at around 4:30 PM that day with her 2 dogs, and unfortunately, she hasn't been seen or heard from since. The family has been posting constantly. This one is getting spread around very quickly on social media, on Facebook at least, and so I'm hoping to help it spread a little bit on YouTube as well because the more eyes, the better.
Right.
Really, there's been they just don't know what happened to her. She just vanished. We're not sure if her dogs are still with her or not, which you guys will see the picture of them in
Okay.
a minute.
Yeah.
But she was in a 2011 gray Toyota Tacoma with Idaho license plate 2B18886. So she is 55 years old, 118 pounds, 5'6". She does have medication that she needs daily that she has not been on. And so that's one of the big concerns because she does have health issues
Right.
that require these medications and things like that. So,
Right. Exactly.
but I don't know
Trying
if
to
the
see if I
article
can pull
says.
up the car and huh, it's interesting. It's not pulling
Let
up the other
me
pictures.
let me do this.
It's highlighting. Yeah. See if you've got the other. But yeah, no, this is so the dog kids. Oh my god, you can tell I've got dogs. The dogs have not been found, then I take it. Let's
No,
see, here we
dogs have
go.
not
Okay,
been
there we
found
go.
yet. So this is her puppies and the Toyota. You can see them a little bit better there.
Yeah, definitely. Montpelier, Idaho. And trying to figure out, is this a Montpelier? Do we know if it's, I can pull up Google Earth if we need to. Is it kind of like a hilly, woody area, or anyone have any
So
idea from chat?
so she's from Montpelier, Idaho, but she was last seen at Battle Mountain, Nevada. I haven't pulled up Google Earth yet, so I'm not entirely sure what the area looks like, but that's why it says the two different areas because
Right.
even though she was last seen at the battle in Nevada, you know, she is from Montpelier, Idaho.
Okay, got it, got it. So Battle Mountain, Nevada. I'm trying to see if I can. My computer is being so slow today, so I'm trying to check that. By the way, hello, Megan. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to see if I can pull up Battle Mountain real quickly. I don't want to pull down her pictures quite yet because that's especially when you hear someone who has two dogs disappear with them at the same time. That
Mhm.
that gets a little bit more, whether it's a scary thing that they're lost, so many different other things that could bring in. Okay, we
Right.
almost have
Well,
it.
and one of the
So
family members said the only thing that we know is that on Sunday she was in Nevada. We don't know from there where she might be or where she had gone next. They
Okay.
added that the family did not know why she was gone there, but she had been spotted Sunday afternoon in Battle Mountain, Nevada. So the post from the family, the one that you were just showing, says, "This is my sister-in-law, Chrissy, from Montpelier, Idaho. She is missing and we desperately need help finding her. She is driving a charcoal gray 2011 Toyota Tacoma four-door Idaho license plate," which I showed you guys. She was okay, yeah, same thing. So seen
Right.
Sunday at 4:30 p.m. in Battle Mountain, Nevada. She had her two dogs, but we're not sure if the dogs are still with her more. Very concerned as she has medical issues that require medication. She is now on the National Missing Persons database. If you see her, please call your local police department. Share this, especially if you know people in Nevada. For those of you who know Chris and her family, please be respectful at this time. The best you can give us currently is to share. It's not only in your thread, but in different community Facebook groups and anywhere that you are members of. So they don't want
Right.
people to harass them. They don't want all
Mhm.
the extra drama. They want her face out there, though. Obviously,
Exactly.
whatever medical issues that she is going through is something that she doesn't necessarily want as public information. They're
Exactly.
not putting out her medical and stuff like that. Don't dig into it. Leave it
No.
like that. The family wants her face out there. They want the information out there. They don't want the conspiracy theories
Exactly.
and the drama. So
To
I
me,
feel like
instead of
it's
wasting time looking into those types of things, because it takes time to do all that research, instead put that time towards trying to spread her picture. Okay. And the amount of time it takes to go research all that medical information, you literally could have gotten her photo out to probably a good 30, 40 other locations. Okay, so
exactly.
just focus that way. I did real quickly, I thought I would bring this up just because I brought it up. Okay, what is the location like? So it looks pretty. This is just Battle Mountain. And like they said, that's just where she was last seen. And, but it looks like you got some canyon type activity up here. You've got pretty,
If you are
pretty
supposed to be
open
sharing your screen,
areas.
you are not.
Oh, shoot. How dare I not share with you guys? Come on.
You're
You
like,
can
you're
tell my
looking at
mind's
it and you're
been
describing
way
it, and I'm
over.
like, "That sounds
Yeah,
great, Lokamai."
hey, I'm great at describing, aren't I? Mhm. And, so here we go. Google Earth. That'll make life so much better there. You can actually see now. Um, so this is what I was talking about. So it's pretty much wide open. That's one thing I'm noticing. Desert area Snickers, exactly.
How far is Battle Mountain from Montpelier, Idaho? Is my question next. Because, okay, so
Good.
this area, Route 80 or Highway 80,
Yeah.
Dillon Rounds comes straight to
Oh
my mind,
God.
obviously,
Yes.
this has nothing to do with that, but I just know the highway location, and so I'm curious where
Right.
how far it is from Idaho.
Montpelier,
Okay, 6
Idaho
hours.
to.
Wow, what was she
Okay, you
doing
just
there?
found it. Wow.
No,
Yeah.
Snickers put it.
Okay. Thank you guys. Keep me from having to look. Yeah, there's definitely desert area. It looks like right over here there might be some. I don't know if they're canyons, water possibly. But anyhow,
Hopefully,
what it
they're
comes.
able to find
Yeah.
some information from her social media and her cell
Yep.
phone and all of those different things, which
Exactly.
unfortunately, though, because she is an adult and if there is no signs of foul play and things like that, um, what? Shut up, Mallory. Oh,
What?
the drug charges. Oh my gosh, I didn't read the whole thing. I just read they dropped the charges, and I was like, "You've gotta be kidding me." I was about to, like, literally, like, throw my mouse at my at my screen just
I did the
now.
same thing. You're not the
Like,
only
"You
one.
better
I
not be
literally
letting
did the
that
same
woman
thing.
out. Are you serious?"
Oh my god.
Oh,
I actually, because I have my screen covered, so it covered actually that part of it, and then it went on to the next oh, okay. Yeah. I just yeah, yeah. Now we'd all be sitting here blowing up each other's phone if that happened. Hello, Chris. How you doing, my dear? And yeah, so if we can get the word out with this, because no matter, and like you said, you kind of addressed something that we had been talking about just a few minutes ago, which is privacy. Okay, if she chose, okay, because of whatever's going on in her life to leave voluntarily, she is allowed that level of privacy there. it's always that fun between privacy versus the right to have your story told. And where are those lines? So, but right now it looks like no one knows where she is. And that's something that until people know for sure that you're not looking at a safety thing as compared to privacy thing, keep getting the face, get her face out. So, any other thoughts on this, my dear Sleuthy? Yes, Chris, for sure.
No, thank you so much for putting her face out there, though. Hopefully, people see it on the replay. I did share her flyer also on my community page, and on my Facebook. I gotta get it over to Twitter. I haven't done that yet because y'all know how I feel about the X. I just never even click it. Um,
I Yeah, I'm having problems with X to be honest, but I feel weird typing in anything on the internet, x.com. I just feel like I'm doing something dirty or sorry, but it just doesn't feel right to me. Not to mention all the other stuff with it, but driving me crazy. So, okay. So let's move ourselves on. And by the way, Jet's mom, if you're in chat, I sent you on Facebook the link. So feel free to pop on up when you're ready. Yeah, you don't add an extra. Yeah, you mess up and get your finger stuck and you type XXXXXZ. Yeah, would not be a good thing at all, at all. So, okay, so Sleuth and I were kind of talking, what did we want to talk about today? And one of the things that kept popping up was the whole fact that people have been very concerned about Hawaii. Um, yeah, you guys know some people from Hawaii, but just in general, the story and what we're hearing coming out of it is it's astounding to me. We basically have, let me ask this real quickly. Those of you in chat, how many of you guys have ever been to Maui or the Big Island? Okay. I put a one in chat if you've ever been to Maui or the Big Island, especially Maui, if you've been to Lahaina, because that's what gets me is I'm sitting here looking at this place that I grew up visiting and it's gone. It's completely gone right now. And oh, awesome, Chris. I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at that then. Definitely gonna have to take a look at that. Okay, so a lot of people, why is my mouse not working? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna pull us up onto here. This is where we're gonna start off with. It's a bucket list for you, Laurel. Okie dokes. A lot of people were asking me initially, okay, is local okay? Is okay. One of the things that a lot of people get confused with Hawaii is we have literally a bunch of islands, 7 or 8 usually. Well, 8, 7. And each island is pretty far from each other. Okay, on a plane, it could take 30 minutes on a plane to get from one island to another. So thank you, Sleuth, for typing that in. Hopefully, actually, just in case. If not, let me see. It looks like Battissimo is being a pain in the rear end. So let me pull that up for Chris. Thank you, Chris. And so, yes, I'm fine. I'm actually fine. Everyone I'm really close to is fine. However, we all know people. And with this one, this is Hawaii news now. This is one of our big things. We right now have 6 confirmed deaths. And what I thought I'd pull up actually, let me check. I'm going to kill this dog right now if you keep barking. And
we
also,
can't even hear it, so
you
don't murder
can't.
them.
Thank you. Okay, I don't want to murder them yet. I'll wait for another day for that. How's that sound? And also, so
That one we heard. It's like they
that one you
increased the
heard,
volume. Yeah.
they got to make sure they're being heard and stuff. So this is, I'm actually going to pull this up real quickly so you guys can
to
see
assist with the evacuation of some 4,000 tourists on Maui. Take a listen to some of today's news conference.
Just to check, are you guys able to hear that?
We are. Yep.
And you are. Okay, got it. So what you're seeing, where this all started up is we have a hurricane that's just south of us right now. And Hurricane Dora is huge. It's like a Category 4, and I'll show you guys in a bit exactly where it's located and all that. But somehow it has done something to our barometric pressure or something. And um, Chris, I put the actual email up on the screen. So take a look on the screen real quickly. Battissimo wasn't showing up correctly, so but it's on the screen for you. But it's done something and it has caused massive winds. I had an appointment yesterday, and during that an interview, actually, during the interview, twice we stopped in the middle because you heard wind coming right outside the window that was just ridiculous. It felt like we had a hurricane coming through. And this right there, in fact, let me do this. This hurricane is literally a couple hundred miles south of us. It's not close or anything, but it's doing something to us. And we're still getting massive winds coming through. So what they did actually 2 days ago is they put, let's see, here we go. They put us under a red flag warning, letting us know the winds are going to be bad. It's really dry right now. Be ready for brush fires. Oahu, where I am, actually had a 100-acre brush fire. Thank God it stayed away from houses. But this gives you an idea right here. This is where the islands are. The island that got it the worst is right in this area right here. Okay, and then the big islands. So, and the hurricane's way down here. So it's not like this is the actual hurricane itself. It's just causing something to build up from there. And the high pressure system has built up and pulled things in. And then what we were left with is this. Okay, full force winds that, thank you, Chris. Okay, winds that kind of yesterday, all of a sudden we started getting the word that things were breaking out in Maui. And I don't need to share that one with you guys now. You guys have an idea where it is. So I'm going to bring this. I don't know if Jet's mom saw my message or not. Let me see. Go back so we can watch the rest of that story. And if you guys have any questions as to what's going on right now, but I can tell you with the people that I know right now, I know of at least one person who has actually lost their house. And I am going to get you dogs. I have a certain picture I'm trying to pull up right now for you guys. Once I get this, sorry, thing. I don't want to pull up all my friends' names and everything for some of these things. So I actually created a folder of some pictures that we can share. But give me just a second to find where it is on my.
It's crazy to me that the hurricane started and did all of this so far away. I mean, and I had said this to you before we started, like, thank God it didn't actually hit you guys full force. Because could you imagine how strong it is and the damage that it would have done?
And you know what? There's a part of me, I was kind of mentioning this to you earlier. We've had 2 major hurricanes hit the Hawaiian Islands. Hurricane Eva and Hurricane Iniki. Iniki was our last one, 1992. And what ended up happening with Iniki is it went south of the islands, just like Dora is doing. And then it got caught back up in a change in winds, and it came back towards us and came and hit us. So those are the things that actually completely scare me with these type of hurricane when they go this far. Here we go.
I think the only thing that would have been slightly beneficial is the rain, like to help combat the fires. And
Yep.
has it rained there at all since this started?
No. And that's it. We had a little rain the other day, but when I was driving on the way to the airport today, there was everything's dry. It's August, September, October are our worst times of the year, plain and simple. And Laurel, you're from Florida, thinking too about hurricanes. Yeah, hurricanes, you can never, they always go all over the place. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, here, I've got a bunch of pictures here to show you. So, oh, come on. One picture. Where's the rest of them? So, but yeah, they were not getting any rain from things. The winds, and what happens when you've got the wind and this dryness? It just it sends it into a firestorm. This is actually a picture that I was mentioning a few minutes ago how I had to go to the airport and picked up my mom. So what's happening now is we've got all these people who are tourists who are in Maui. They're on the Big Island. Hotels are having to be shut. Lahaina is a huge tourist mecca. So you had so many tourists in Lahaina who are now have nowhere to stay. So they're all okay. Everyone's evacuating them, not just out of the town, but off the island completely. So what you're actually seeing here is I was waiting for my mom. I went down into the baggage claim area. And while I was in the baggage claim area, this is what I was watching. There was news channels who were going from person to person. This was Hilo had just arrived here, and they were looking for people to interview. And there'd be these huge, they just went from person to person to person, realizing how many people you were actually having to deal with at that time. And so it was
Something I
just,
didn't even think about, honestly, was how many tourists are probably there that like, whenever you said that, it just dawned on me, like, yeah, not only do you have the locals who are displaced and that are losing their entire lives, but you have all of the tourists that they're gonna have to find somewhere to put all these people. What do you
mhm.
do? Are the
And that,
hotels and stuff getting hit too, or is it,
oh
like,
yeah,
is it
let me,
everything?
everything. It's going anywhere. One second, I just reopened up the other folder that I was actually looking for. These are actually pictures from Lahaina. Okay. This is the harbor. There are hotels everywhere within this area because Lahaina is one of the places. I mean, for example, when the cruise ships come in, okay, people like to go visit Lahaina. Lahaina is
Hi,
a gorgeous
Robbie.
little place. Robbie's here. Hey, Robbie. Love you, my dear. Mwah. I love you. Hey, Ringo. Red Cross shelters. Yes. And actually, I went into some of the different Facebook groups for Maui specifically because Maui's the one who's gotten hit the worst. But they are trying to open up all these places. But they have so many locals who have gotten hit. So at least usually what we do, anytime we have a hurricane come in, and I'm sure Florida, Chris, you were in Florida when Hurricane Andrew hit. Wow. Oh yes, gotta have karaoke. No matter. Every Red Cross center has siren. Love you. And um, but anytime we have a hurricane come in, we can plan. Those of you in Florida, Texas, you know that you can plan for these things. You couldn't plan for this one. Hey, Cupcake, welcome, my dear. So, let me see if I could find the other thing here to give you an idea of how some right here. This is two pictures of two different areas in Maui.
Oh
Kelly,
my god. Sorry.
that's Lahaina. That's yeah, no, no. That was exactly where my mind was. I've been trying to look for pictures so you can see just what has happened. But the top is what it looked like yesterday, and the bottom is what you're seeing now. The whole town. Those boats that you're seeing there, the boats were burnt. Okay. You would think in my head, I'm sitting here thinking, come on. It's a okay, you've got boats in a harbor, there's water, it's safe. No. When this wind started pumping up the fire, it jumped right over the water, hitting the actual boats. The whole harbor is a loss. This whole island area, okay, this area of the island is gone. Okay, will they rebuild? I mean, it's rebuild a whole city at this point. Lahaina is not just a couple houses, it is a full out place.
Now, how far inland is this going now? Do you know how far it's gone so
You know
far?
what? Let me, while I have these pictures up, let me check what I've got on because we're still looking at everything. When I come to looking, there's two places I've been looking for news for anyone who's interested. Hawaii News Now is one of our biggest channels, and then MauiNow.com is pretty good also. PJ, welcome, my dear. So,
And for anybody who is
yeah,
wondering, because I was just curious in my own brain, Maui is 48 miles long and 26 miles wide. And so if it starts spreading, like just thinking about how far, I don't know.
goes.
I mean,
It
there's
goes.
California, the Canadian wildfires are already covering areas bigger than that. You know what I mean? So it's very possible if they don't get this out soon that
Yeah,
this could be devastating for the
right.
entire island.
They're saying right now, I'm reading articles from Hawaii News Now, and I can switch to it or keep pictures up and all, but Maui County is saying they have more than 100 firefighters at any one time battling the wildfires. So they've got 100 firefighters out there. They actually had to put out a notification to people to please. This was yesterday. Of course, I don't think people are doing this quite as much now. But yesterday they had the helicopters up dropping water, because what they do in Hawaii, honestly, is you get your helicopter with water. You've got salt water right out here. You got water everywhere. So they fill up the water, then they come and they just dump it, just like a forest fire or something like that. And but the problem was they had so many people with drones up in the air that they had to put out a notification to people to please pull your drones down and not send your drones up. The priority right now is we need to get water on these fires before we have more of a problem. And also, and the big problem is where these, the way the mountains work in Hawaii a lot of times. And let me see if I can come up with so many pictures that might show it a little better. Okay, this is an older picture, but you can see here, you can see the mountains behind there. That's, those are all volcanic mountains. That's all volcano. And and what happens, you get these valleys, and the valleys funnel the winds. So like where I live in a valley. So when the winds pick up, the winds basically grab into that valley, and they go rushing down full force. And they get, it's kind of like in a city where you have tons of skyscrapers and everything gets funneled through the skyscrapers. It's that kind of feeling here. But that's what is happening here. But yeah, here's a picture of the actual harbor and what this smoke, we are a couple 100 miles away, and it is hazy outside right now. Okay, I've had it worse before. I've actually had fires just like one or two mountains away from where I am, valleys from where I am, and had actual ash all over outside. We're not that bad, but when I was driving, you could totally see all that. This was last night. This was the harbor itself. I mean, that's the town. What you're seeing there is the town. And let me see. Sorry, I'm not following in chat as well. We had that
When I had
ring. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say I had read that there was people actually escaping from the homes, running into the ocean that was also on fire.
Yeah. This happened. How did it start, Cupcake? It not a volcano. It wasn't the volcano. It was, from what I'm hearing, it was a brush fire. Okay, whether someone lit something or whatever. We didn't have lightning or anything, so it probably was man-made start. I'm thinking, I'm guessing. Total assumption. Maui does not have any active volcanoes. It has volcanoes, but none are active. So Big Island, where we have some also, we do have some fires that are out of control on the Big Island right now. They do have volcano, but I don't think that's what's starting these. Um, but yeah, Sleuth. That's what I was hearing. People were literally, as this started coming in at them, it happened so quickly. It wasn't the type of thing that it's like, okay, we need to evacuate. Where do we go and things? They were grabbing whatever they could and running. And in some cases, the only way a person could run away was run into the water. They knew they were safe in the water, hopefully. But we also know the water can be dangerous on its own, especially at night. You don't know if you have rip currents or things like that going on. Um, So that was the other thing that worries me. Right now we have 6 people who have been confirmed dead from this. What worries me, gang, is, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, my brother and I were talking about this, but we both feel the same way. This happened so quickly, and with the timing of some of it, it's very possible there were senior citizens who could not get out quick enough, people who were stuck in their homes. And that's what worries me. Um, where my brother works with, they have a system, okay, where in an emergency, they can contact your phone. They hit a button and a message goes out to all employees, and the employee has to call back and say, I'm fine, I'm good. Okay, we have those systems in place. They activated that today. And as of the last I heard, okay, maybe about 2 hours ago, they still have 8 employees that have not been heard from. Now, I did talk to him. The one saving grace is those 8 people are not from Lahaina. They're from outside of Lahaina. So hopefully they're just out helping with things and don't have their phone on them or something like that. That's what we're hoping. We have another person that he works with that lost his whole house. So we've got all these people who now they have nowhere to live. And hotels, if you look, let me see if I can pull up this. Hey LG, how you doing, my dear? Let me see. Right here. That you see here, let me see if I can pull it up right there. That's a hotel. Okay, I don't know now if that hotel's there. My suspicion is it may not even be there now. And but there's no way they're letting people stay in these places because of this. Chris, you're wondering if someone started the brush fire? My thought is probably someone who might have been smoking and threw out a cigarette butt, or we don't have a lot of camping or say per se happening there. Other things I'm getting right now, let's see, 6 people confirmed. More than 2,100 people were housed overnight. That was last night in one of the 4 emergency shelters. And they're now trying to get people from anywhere to help with volunteering. 20 people had serious burns. This was 12 hours ago. Okay, several people have been airlifted to Oahu at this point because, see, the other problem with our neighbor islands is there's very few hospitals. Okay, Maui literally has one big hospital. They have smaller clinics and stuff like that, okay, or they have extensions of that hospital. But it's not like in a big city or something where you have multiple hospitals that you can send triage out to different places. And I'm trying to read things at the same. At least 14 people had to be rescued from waters off of Lahaina last night after they jumped into the water to escape. Among those 14 people were 2 young children.
Wow.
Yeah. You see, I don't
Wow.
have the ages here, but a kid on their own who has to all of a sudden decide,
Hi, Downtown Wonder. Hi, LG.
and so, oh, I just saw what you sent me. Okay. I'm going to share the rest of these pictures, then we'll pull
Yeah,
up
that's fine. I didn't want to interrupt. I was
No,
just, that's where the fires
good.
currently are, according, well, from 5 p.m. So it's still 5-6 hours ago. Oh my gosh. And figure every single one of those cars would have like exploded,
Yeah.
probably with the gas in them and stuff. That
Oh
had to
my
be like
God, I
so
hadn't thought
scary.
about that. Yeah, I had not thought. This to me, the last time I heard of something that was probably this tragic in the Hawaiian state that was natural disaster type thing would have been April 1st back in, I think, 1940 something, when we had the tsunami wipe out all of Hilo Harbor. There was a massive earthquake in Alaska, or I can't remember if it was Alaska or South America. And it set off a tsunami, Pacific wide tsunami, and it hit early mornings. And of course, back then in the 40s, you didn't have warnings and stuff like that. So you literally had kids who were at school. Okay, whole Hilo Harbor completely wiped out at that time. That's what's happened here. We've had a whole city. There's the city from up above. The whole city has been wiped out. And
Wow.
I mean, yeah, looking at that,
And
I
this
Mhm.
isn't like flood damage or something like that where you would still have the items present, just waterlogged or, this is everything is just gone. Like
Yeah,
literally just gone.
yep, bingo, bingo. Downtown Wonder, your cousin is a cousin professor of music at UHM. Yeah, Manoa. That's where I went to college. UH Manoa. Actually, I did both my degrees there. UH Manoa is great. I love them there. So, but yeah, no, it's really, and because it was right on the water, that's where all the hotels are. So that's where all these people. Oh wow, yeah. I'm not Chris. We do have sharks in Hawaii. Unfortunately, we do. Okay, and that was, I'm sure, part of. Can you see those kids who were there? Okay, who had to jump into the water, and the fears at night. You can't see anything. Okay,
Do
the
you think
fears. Yeah.
do you think it was more so like commercial area then or is like the houses mixed in pretty good with the hotels and stuff?
It's a combination of both. I think Lahaina, you definitely have more that are a little further away, but in fact, I'm going to pull up that link you just sent me so I can get a better idea now myself. Oh, it got the houses. It got the houses. Let me turn off my ad
What I was
blocker real
curious about,
quick.
and, like, not that it hitting, the commercial industry is good either because all of the locals
Right.
likely work there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so how many people are gonna be displaced from jobs and everything else during all of this? And how many
exactly.
businesses may not ever rebuild because
Amen. That's it. Exact. And the thing is, the other side of it that a lot of times we're not thinking about is the way things are set up in Hawaii. A lot of Hawaii is set up based off of how it built up as a local place back in the 1800s. Okay,
Mhm.
a place like Lahaina has been there since literally the 1800s. So
Wow.
you've got houses. Okay, so to answer your question, okay, about how many are houses versus other things. Okay, you've got houses throughout that whole area because back then that's where a lot of the people would have lived. Those are the locations where, okay, you'd have your local groups coming together, okay, and working as a community. So let me see if I can, it doesn't want to pull up bigger. So yeah. No, so we're looking here at it, so you can kind of get an idea. Okay,
I
up
wonder
here,
if I
yeah,
can go to
that's
that
going
NASA
right up.
firms.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let me see if I can zoom it in. If save it, I might be able to zoom it in better that way. Um, Chris, I think the fact is we were warned that we were in a red flag state, that the winds were really bad. We were warned, be careful. That's when we get our red flag warnings. We used to never get these, and we've gotten them a lot more recently. And also, okay, here, I'm going to try to
Here, let me
zoom
get
in a
you the
little better.
link. I got it if you didn't already,
Oh, okay,
to the
perfect.
actual
No,
map.
that would be even better because I've got it, but it's going to go
You'll be able
and
to find Hawaii a lot faster than I just did.
oh yes. So yeah, no, I think what happened though, because it's not just this one fire. We've got multiple islands with fires. Oahu had fires. Okay,
Mhm.
Waipio, which is where we have a lot of the farms and stuff like that, are Waipio. So they're brush fires. Um,
I think one
so
thing to
here.
note actually though
Mhm.
is from the time that article was done 6 hours ago, another
Yeah.
spot has caught on fire according to
Oh
the
my
live map
God.
that I'm seeing.
I
Because
wouldn't
look,
be
if you
surprised.
look at it scrolling a little bit, there's like a little tiny dot that wasn't on
Let
that
me
other
see.
map.
Ah, I got your map. I got your map. I just pulled this up in the meantime. So, okay, I understand. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Yeah, it's really, and we're not done. We're still getting a lot of the wins. This is not over, gang. This is not over at all. I mean, my mom, as she got off the plane and heard just how bad it was starting to get, our fear is this island. Okay, Oahu is where the majority of people truly are. And okay, let me see. I've got the window. Let me NASA. Here we go. I got it. Okay, so
Oh, you
let
got
me
it.
do
Okay.
this. Yeah, thank you, my dear. So you can see here right now. Okay, these are the two islands we're talking about. So where I live, gang, is here. This is the island I live on. So that's how when you guys, okay, when people hear things with Hawaii, that's why. What does get confusing though a lot of times is the fact that the name Hawaii, because this is also Hawaii. You've got Hawaii the state and Hawaii the island, the big island. So we're kind of seeing here, this is what we've got in there. So it's closer. Oh, that's getting close to Kona. Okay. No, we should be good. Kona's here. So that's another tourist town right here. But you can see right here how close we are to an actual suburb right there. That's the big
Right.
island. And there's another little one up there. And now this, though, is where we're mostly concerned with.
See, and that original map didn't have that tiny square
Yeah.
in the middle
Yep,
there.
right there.
So another
Right
one
there.
has sparked. And that's honestly, that's the biggest thing about this. Because if it's still windy, these fires can spread that much easier with
Yep.
all the wind and stuff. Like that sucks.
That's exactly how they do, because this is Haleakala, and which is actually the tallest mountain in the world. It's taller than Mount Everest. How though? From the bottom of the ocean, because we only see what's above the ocean. But it's actually the tallest mountain in the world if you go from the actual height. But
Hmm.
yeah, this whole area up here, there, this is huge right here. And again, look
Look how
what's
it's getting closer to the town. Yep. So I was gonna say
that's
from that
scary.
picture in the article, like it's spreading fast.
Wow.
I mean, this is only 6 hours away from the last picture.
Wow. Wow. And then here we go. This is Lahaina. So this is the okay, what we've been talking, all the pictures and stuff that you guys are seeing is here. And this shows you right up here. This is okay, that's as far as I can zoom in, it looks like.
That's a
So
whole
you've got
town.
housing right here. It is. It's the whole town. And where it usually probably started way back is it was right here along the water. And as Maui, because Maui's gotten pretty large. Maui is very large. It's got Costco's. It's got, I remember a day when it didn't have all that, and it does now. And, but so Chris, Kansas gets red flag. Yeah, see, I had never heard of these red flag warnings until probably about 2 or 3 years ago was the first time I heard about them. Um, but every time, yeah, if we got up here, we're, see, that is all resorts. Okay, I wish I could go further in, but it won't let me. But you can see all these little hotels that are popped up right up here. So, and the other part, what people forget about is the smoke. Okay, so we've got fire galore here, but what's happening with the smoke? What direction is the smoke going? This we deal with all the time with fog, for example. When the volcano is erupted, we get fog, and if the winds are blowing in a certain direction, I've literally he'll show you just how far because of the way our winds are set up. Volcano is down here. I used to live on Kauai up here. Something about the winds there, when we would have fog really bad, it would send all the fog this direction west, and then it'd come straight up into here. And I remember a time when I was up here in this area and I had to walk into work. I lived on campus and I had to walk into work, and I literally could not see beyond about 6 or 7 feet in front of me because the volcanic ash was just so bad. So, but I'm
Wow.
looking here on, yeah, I'm not seeing any on our island. Yeah, that's good. But this is what worries you with, okay, Oahu, because this side of the island tends to get most of the rain. But when we get our, Laurel got timed out. I'm happy you're back, my dear. Okay. Yeah. Chris, I bet. Sleuth, do you guys get red flag warnings ever?
No. How did she get
No.
Laurel, I'm sorry
It's
you got timed out. I don't know. I don't think it was
oh
you
wait.
getting
That
timed
type
out
of
actually,
timeout?
because
I'm not even
I
seeing
just
any
looked
timeout
and yeah, there's nothing there. So I think it was the
on
chat because the
YouTube.
YouTube chat did us that to us earlier where it kept saying that we couldn't type and it was gone for like 2, 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, because I'm looking through because I'm like, uh-oh, who time I'm not seeing
Yeah,
any
that's what I was like
timeouts.
wondering.
Yeah, so oh, I'm
I
sorry
just
about that,
measured
Laurel.
that fire though down by the ocean with their little distance thing, and
Right.
it's about 5 miles wide and about 3 or well, long and 3 miles wide right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's what it was because Laurel it looks like Snickers had the same thing happen. And so it was probably something to do with our good old friend and
Yeah, no,
and then yeah,
YouTube's just been really goofy, you guys.
exactly. And yeah, sometimes it happens with YouTube and StreamYard where we don't get updates at all. So, but yeah, what worries us with Oahu is when we get brush fires and stuff. There's certain areas that tend to get right out here pretty heavily. These are all farmlands. We have a lot of farmland area. Okay, up here, a little bit down here. And those are the areas that right now we are having. We had the other one yesterday that got stopped. Um, I've known of brush fires actually up in this area over here,
Mhm.
actually up in the mountains and because you get people who aren't thinking and they go out hiking and they don't realize, you drop something that's gonna light. So, but yeah, this is sad. This is well, let me check real quick. I'm gonna check what is the census of Lahaina. Lahaina. Okay. Census of Lahaina is 2023, 9,118 people.
Wow.
But it's basically, it was about 1,000, just under 2,000 back in the 50s. And after that, it just took off. So that's almost 10,000 people who've been affected by this. And that's not counting all of the different people who are getting affected by their hotel, okay, tourists, people who are
Right.
living downwind and the smoke and stuff like that. Let me see. I'm gonna try to
Well, and like
bring
I
up some.
said, the commercial community is where a lot of people work.
Yep, their
Like,
job.
this is gonna have long-term devastation,
Oh yeah.
long-term effects, not just
Oh
their
yeah.
homes, but also their jobs, their places of employment, like, it's not good.
It's just yeah. This is actually the Maui News. So this one picture broke my heart. This is actually one of the churches, Loyola Church, and then the Hongwanji Mission in Lahaina. So two places of worship that have just totally and look, okay, you're talking about wind. Take a look at those palm trees. How you can see just how badly the wind is blowing because they're not on one side. It's completely blown in the opposite direction. And they were finding trees down all over the place. Even here, we've had a lot of problems with trees dropping. LG, great question. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm sure this community is going to need help. I know just my brother's friend that he works with has to rebuild and all that, and I've told him let me know because there's got to be all these people are going to have to rebuild houses, rebuild their companies. It's like anytime we have a natural disaster anywhere, and they happen everywhere. Look at when we have a tornado hit a place. So, yeah, gosh, um, cars, their baby goat fled the thick cloud of black smoke in the heart of Lahaina. Our house just burned. I was fighting the fire, said the man who declined to give his name as his wife wiped away tears. The heavy winds and fierce gusts that Maui County said clocked in at 80 miles per hour. in the upcountry. So we're talking basically hurricane force winds that were coming through. Um, at 12:22 a.m., a fire was reported near Olinda Road, leading to early morning evacuations of residents in the Kula 200 Hanamu Road areas. The fire had spread to about 1,000 acres and reached as far as Kulono Place near the Kula Lodge. So the Kula Lodge is a hotel, triggering proactive evacuation warnings for Pi'ihola, Holo, and Olinda Road areas, Kulalani Drive, and Kulalani Circle. Could you see doing that 4 a.m. in the morning saying you need to evacuate? You need to evacuate now. You can't wait. You don't have time to pack up. You need to go. Oh, LG, yeah, you went through Katrina and stuff. Oh, I'll let you guys know. As I hear more, I promise I will let you guys know. I'm happy this island has been spared so far. But oh gosh. Yeah. And that Snickers, you've got a huge, great point there. Yeah. Make sure wherever you help support is legit. Because yeah, the scammers are going to have a field day with this. They truly are going to have a field day with this. I'm just kind of reading through this whole thing. You didn't know
Yeah,
what to
thank you,
take or
Snickers, for
anything.
that call out because
Yeah,
I would have totally I would have not even thought about it, probably. And, like, even the Red Cross and stuff like that, it's hard because they do take a ton of supplies and stuff like that, but then there's also stuff that they don't necessarily provide to people that
right.
people might need, and so, like, churches and stuff like that, you just have to find a
Right.
reputable source to donate things to.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
hopefully
exactly.
you can, like, let us know about that logo.
I will. No, I definitely, definitely will. And all because yeah, it's gonna be yeah. What are we saying here? BTW Red Crosses. Yeah. And you know what? Every place has different things as to whether things work real well. Okay, some places the Red Cross is
There's just
amazing.
a lot of red
Others not.
tape a lot of
Mm,
times with the supplies that they have in different circumstances. I mean, we've
yep.
seen issues before. Just for example,
Yeah.
what happened in the Philippines. The Red Cross had all the supplies there and they were in storage units waiting to be passed out, but the order was
Yep.
never given to pass it out. And so sometimes, yes, if you can only support financially, I would send it through the Red Cross. But if you're looking more at like items that you can donate and things like that, I would do it
Yeah.
through like a local church or
The
somebody
churches.
who, yeah,
Yeah, I'd say the churches definitely because this one thing about this is it's yeah, Chris, I definitely will. I'll read the email later. Hard to read during the live, but after the live I'll read it for sure. And so but definitely you run into that issue where the churches know their people also. So they know the people that they work with and they live with. Okay, whether they come to the church or not, they kind of got in a place like Maui like this, everyone knows everyone. Okay,
right.
especially in a place like Lahaina. Yeah, you're going to have
We
some
have
that you
two
know
different
more.
missionaries in Hawaii, but I'm not sure which island they're on. I'm curious if my pastor is going to mention this
That would
at
be,
some
yeah.
point over the next couple days.
No, you got, yeah, workers from ABC store. To those of you guys who know ABC stores, they're kind of like our tourist destination store and everything. Kind of like a smaller version of a CVS or something, but they have all the touristy type things. So they use the beach to evacuate the park due to smoky conditions. I grabbed some stuff. I put some clothes on, got dog food. I have a giant, oh my gosh, a giant tortoise. Could you see trying to get your tortoise? But of course, this is your pet, especially a tortoise. Believe it or not, those things live forever. I couldn't move him, so I opened the gate so he could get out if he needed to, not knowing if that the tortoise would live or not. Comforted her 3-year-old corgi who was unsettled. Yeah, my dogs would go nuts. The shelters need immediate help. Yeah, exactly. Agree. Downtown Wonder. By the way, hello, my dear. Um, says it's good to have a kit ready to go. Don't spend time packing, just get out. Kukulani. Yeah, look at all the smoke. It's just Okay, this is off of, okay, so this is off of, I had shown you guys when we were looking at the map, the taller volcano, Haleakala. So this is actually, this isn't coming off of Lahaina, this is coming off of the mountain. So that's one of the other fires that's going on. So, and you can kind of see, gosh, you would think it is a volcano. You would think, seeing all that smoke, to me, it looks like lava coming down or something. At 2 or 3 in the morning, you could see the embers flying. Yep. At least 2 structures upcountry were destroyed by the fire. The location was not given out. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of farmland and stuff like that. A lot of farm. Maui's known to be an area with a lot of farmland and all. Down power lines. Yeah, today, this is talking about closures and all. Today, every single school on the island of Maui was closed except for one. Every single school was actually closed. I think that's it for that. Let's see what else is here. Chris is not familiar with ABC. It's so funny because ABC store, we kind of joke about it here. But I even go to Vegas and they have ABC stores. It's so funny how it all works out. Okay, if anyone's going to have updated, I think what we'll do is kind of finish it off with this because I do know everyone's starting to get late. We're starting to get late tonight. So let me see. Hawaii News now. Let's just see what's going on here because they should have our most, at least 271 structures damaged or destroyed. Try to go here, see what this looks. This was 3 hours ago. Sorry. I don't know about that music, but I think I will
Yeah,
hit
that's
that button.
that's copyright strike you music for sure.
Yes,
I can spot
exactly.
that from a mile away.
It was like, whoop, I hear music. So this is the little flash. So many times we're used to when we send the helicopters up, they're getting high waves. My brother's been up in helicopters when they're getting the 40-foot waves. And look at that. Look at, you can see all the red actually from the fire. Oh my gosh. So this was, they updated this 3 hours ago. So that was this morning. That's this. And you can see, okay, all of the fire and everything. Okay. The whole town is nothing but smoke. LG. Oh, don't you worry. Oh my god, but I can promise. Yeah. No, you leave it. You know what? Your truth is your truth. It's important to keep those things. It's how we work. So, let me see what else we have here.
Just trying to think about like if I went to sleep tonight and woke up and tomorrow my entire town was gone.
Oh god.
It's
And it's been
crazy.
there. It's not like a new suburb. This has been there for as long as any of us who are alive. No. This is one of those areas that ancient Hawaiians would have come together at. And we just built up around it. And Lahaina is, I mean, that's where a lot of pineapples, things like that. We're talking Lahaina. And yeah, this person here has a good point right here. Makafu or whatever their name is. We do have a very heavy military presence in Hawaii. All of our islands have it. So hopefully the military will be able to help out with a lot of the work that's going to have to happen now. We'll have to see. Right now it's a little, yeah. So, oh, that is just trying to see if there's any other interesting photos here. It's gonna, because it's still popping up. Who knows what tonight's gonna look like? It's just, yeah. You're a bad lurker, PJ.
Hopefully they're able to get it all under control
Yep,
and
that's it. Yeah.
simmered down.
Wow,
Hopefully it
that's the
rains.
main
That
drive.
might help,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pray
We
for
could use.
rain.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna actually real quickly check what the. Let's see. What is our weather looking like today? I don't know if I'm still on the page that you guys. Yeah, you guys will see the same page that I'm doing. So, what is our weather looking like today? We're not going to get rain.
A 1% chance. Come on, rain.
It's not going to happen today, that's for sure. We may get trade showers, but a trade shower isn't going to do enough. The trade showers are pretty normal for us every single afternoon, but they're not going to, yeah. So that's not going to be helping too much whatsoever. So give you guys another idea of what that hurricane, yeah, this shows you. There's the islands right there, and there's the hurricane. But it's amazing something so far away can actually cause such damage. And also, yeah, right there. Let's see if it says. No, this isn't the one that shows you how far away it is. Usually there is another one that does that. So we are lucky that that hurricane did not come closer to us, though, because that amount of winds would have been extremely destructive. And Snickers, you guys went 5 weeks with no rain. Wow. Yeah. People need rain. People definitely need rain. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'll definitely, gang, try to keep you guys up to date on what happens with everything. I know we hit our 1 hour, so I want Miss Sleuth to be able to get some shut-eye tonight. And I'm going to go check on my mom because by the way, I did not get to update everyone. My uncle passed away on Monday night. So my mom was there. She arrived that morning and decided to go straight to go see him and sat with him for about 2 to 3 hours. In fact, at one point she got ready to leave and he's like, "Oh, I want my sister to come back." He sat up on the side of the bed. And but then she went to the hotel and he died a couple hours later. So he held out for her, I think. But thank you for all you guys. She did come home. She actually just got home. Then she decided to take a spill on the airplane, but we won't go there. I swear, if it's not one thing, it's another. So, but he's in a much better place. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. He is definitely in a much better place. And Pasita, how you doing, my dear? I'm so happy. I saw the picture. Of Mikey. I didn't want to share it publicly because we want Mikey to be able to live a private life later. But guys, when I saw the picture of Mikey, the biggest smile on his face. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. Is she okay after her spill? I think so. She did hit her head, so I'm actually going to go check on her when I go down, make sure she's still making sense. She hit her knee, has a huge bump on her knee, hurt her hand. She really banged herself up pretty bad. So as Sleuth and I were talking, I'm like, I don't know if mom does any more flying on her own. So, but
If she does, you guys just gotta wrap her in pillows
Yeah.
and send her on, make her wear a helmet,
Bubble wrap.
Get some
Bubble wrap.
strategic.
Yes, exactly. So I want her independent. Guys, you guys know this. I want my mom independent as much as possible. But unfortunately, what happened, she missed her family after losing her brother. She wanted to be home with us. So she decided to turn around and fly back home after only being on the mainland for 48 hours. And that's a lot for someone who's almost 80. She'll be 80 next spring. So, but she'll be good. She'll be good. I'm going to go down and check in on her after that. So, but yeah, Cressida, I was so happy with that picture. I was so happy about the whole thing. So, and, but I will be sharing some other people. Please, again, don't forget our person that is from Idaho that went missing in Nevada. Okay, Christine, please keep an eye out, help share that out. And I'm going to be sharing a new case that I got informed about through Michael, Robbie's husband, a friend of theirs that went missing about a year ago. So I'm still gathering information on that. However, they've started a group for her. So, yeah, a lot of people out there that we can just try to get the word out on. So
There is. Yeah.
You got it.
I'm not saying hi to PJ because it's
No.
bedtime.
It's bedtime. It's bedtime.
Bedtime, TJ. I'm not saying hello. Goodbye, PJ.
Hi, Peach. You got it. You got. By the way, Priscilla, I don't know. I'm hoping your whole family has people just here and no one over Maui or the Big Island. I'm hoping. So, yeah, PJ's like, fine, whatever you want to say, Sleuth.
Don't make me rage quit.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh, yes, there you go. Ah, thanks, Chris. So, okay, so Friday, Mental Health Live. I am not in Chicago. I was supposed to be in Chicago right now, but I am here, so I will be having my Friday Live and Cantina. So if anyone has a Mental Health Live suggestion, I'm ready for it because I'm not ready for this one at all. So if you have any ideas, let me know.
Oh,
Other than
goodness.
that,
We had one the other
yes.
day, and somebody was like, "We need to talk to Locomai about that and have her do a mental health," and now I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. I might
We'll
have to
talk
look back.
about
I think it's in Mod Chat.
Alzheimer's. We'll talk about Alzheimer's among YouTube creators. How's that? So,
Oh, man.
oh,
That actually
LG
might be
has
a good
one.
one. For real,
Yes,
for real.
exactly.
You could tie into all types of stuff with that one.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. No, LG, if you got an idea, let me know. And the rest of you, if anyone remembers what it is, let me know.
I feel like
So,
Carrie G knows what it was because
Carrie
I feel
G.
like she's the one who said it, but I'll look for it. It was something funny that it was like, we need Locomai's input on this. So, it'd be interesting twist for mental health.
Oh, yes.
Something
Oh,
funny.
yes. I wouldn't mind doing a mental health live as a panel. Again, we haven't done one of those for a while. And we did it for the invisible chronic illness discussion, but I
Mhm.
haven't done one in a while. And I thought, that might be a good thing to do to build up a series where we get to a panel discussion again. So, okay, I'm going to keep talking like this forever because I'm now caffeinated and that's dangerous. So, yeah, and but Nicole needs our sleuth. I start saying sleuth and then I see the name there and I'm like, oh, forget that, Nicole.
You know what? I did that
Okay.
earlier because that's how Mallory had hers on her panel earlier. So I switched mine to match.
Oh, you
Because like, I was
switched
on
yours?
Malicious Intent, Mallory's channel, and she has Mallory and then Malicious Intent underneath, so I did mine too.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, you know what? Because of that, I'm going to have to wait for a second because I want to get in on the whole game. So why don't we do that? Since someone anyhow is trying to let everyone know my name, why don't I just add into it? Okay, there we go. Also, you got it. Ah, yes, Downtown Wonder. Oh, Maluhia. And you all take so. Can we talk about ALS? That'd be an interesting one because there's been quite a few people dealing with it lately that I've heard
Alright,
about
good night. I'm
ALS.
rage quitting.
Yeah,
Bye, everyone.
yeah. Wage quit time. Aloha. Good night. I'll see y'all later.